Hello and welcome back to Full Out. It is Sam, your host. I am so happy you are here. This is the space where you get to learn how to live your life, your business, your health, your relationships full out and feel fucking great while doing it. Because what's the point of having epic results if it feels like shit? So we are about creating a life that not only looks good on paper, but feels good behind the scenes. Behind the scenes is what really absolutely matters. So today I'm really pumped because I've been having a lot of conversations with you guys on Instagram, really talking about business questions. It is we're getting into September, we're getting into kids going back to school. This is quarter 4. We're going into this space where we're really finishing out the year. And for a lot of people, we're finishing out the year strong. We want to commit and recommit to those business goals. Additionally, now that kids are back in school, a lot of my mama entrepreneurs are like, hey, I finally can dive back in. I have time and space for my business. So I really want to attack it. I want to get in. I want to feel good about it. I want to go to bed December 31st and wake up January 1st proud of what I did in my business this year. So today's episode is going to be a Q&A, the business edition. Although I will say some of these questions can apply to everyone, even if you are not a business owner. So the first question, I'm going to try to keep my answers like I don't know, bite size so that we can get to all of these. And this is not the most epic long podcast. But if you do want me to go deeper on any of these topics, if you're like, Sam, I need you to do 20 minutes on that one question, let me know. I'm so down to either do another podcast about it or pop it into the Full Out Facebook page and we'll do a live there. So this is for you. Let me know what serves you, what's supporting you during this chapter of your life. And as always, if you can rate, review, share the episode with a friend, it means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get right into these questions. Now, there's 2 questions that I'm going to put together. And the first question is, when do you know it's the right time to leap? The second question is, golden handcuffs, how to push past the security of your day job. And I feel like these are kind of the same in that we get to fully trust ourselves. We get to take the action. We get to rip the Band-Aid off and completely shift into a new level of your life. And this could be applied, of course, to your business and your day job if you are in corporate or working a day job. But this can also be completely applied to your romantic relationships, getting back online and dating after a breakup, choosing to walk away from the relationship. Like, if you've listened, I got to walk away from my marriage and take that leap for myself. This could look like walking away from old friend groups or moving across the country. There's a lot in here. So I want to first start with the security of the day job, and then I'm going to get broader into timing around taking the leap. So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs in the network marketing space, coaches, healers that are newer to business. And for those specific clients, there are people and coaches that are going to be like, you got to rip the Band-Aid off. You got to make sure there's no back doors and you just got to fucking go for it. And I don't actually believe that that's the best advice or support. I believe that in order to be successful in your second business or your outside business, you have to be fully grounded, solid, safe, and secure in your nervous system. Your body has to feel safe. And so for a lot of people, finding that safety means getting paid on a salary. It means having paid time off. It means having health insurance. It means being able to put food on the table, pay all of your bills, and not stress at the end of the day or the end of the month wondering how much money is coming in or not. And so I am a big fan of holding on to your day job until you are certain or almost certain that you can fully cover your bills and have a safety net for the next 3 to 6 months. Now, no choice is forever, but if you are walking away from a corporate experience, you might not be able to change your mind in a month. Yes, you could find a different job. Yes, there's other avenues and ways to make money, but a lot of people need that financial security in order to be fully expressed in their business, in order to take risks, in order to go jump and leap and free fall. So talk to your financial planner, your financial advisor, Don't ask them when you should leave because most of them will say, don't leave. You can't bet on yourself. But make sure that you are coming from a space of really grounded authority, inner authority, listening to your inner truth, your knowingness. Now, I've had a lot of clients leave corporate jobs. I have had literally from my very, very first client was someone who was leaving her teaching job and ended up becoming an entrepreneur, wildly successful, multimillionaire at this point. And it took a minute for her to get out of that job. She then got into another job where she was being paid by someone else. She was an employee. And then it was her next time when she finally decided to leave that she really, truly, and fully started her business. So I want to share that it might not look like anyone else's journey. Allow your journey to be different. Allow your goals and dreams to be yours. And there's this really important distinction. Sometimes people be like, protect your dreams. Like, don't tell anyone about your dreams because you don't want any projections or thought patterns or naysayers. But it's not necessarily protection. What if instead of protection, it's actually preservation? You are preserving the life force of this new venture. You are preserving the magic, the really unique exquisiteness of this dream that you have. And so preserving that might mean keeping it personal, keeping it private, only sharing with people that you know are going to fill you up, celebrate you, cheer you on, and not sharing with your mom who's going to be like, well, what are you going to do? You need to make money. Or with your grandma who's going to be like, well, where's your health insurance coming from? Or you'll never be able to do that. Or your ex-boyfriend's sister who's like, well, that's crazy. You need to have a 9 to 5. Like, we don't share with those people. They just don't get it. And so I would really invite you to preserve your vision. Now, how do you know when it's the right time to leave? When you've got the finances figured out, when you feel safe in your body, there's always going to be a level of, I don't want to say lack of safety, but there's always going to be that stretch that like, hey, okay, I feel grounded in my body that this is my truth. I am meant to leave this thing. I am meant to go do XYZ. And you're never going to be ready. You're never going to feel 100% ready. I will tell you from personal experience, I never felt ready to leave the relationship. I never felt ready to leave my career. I never felt ready to say, I love you again. I never felt ready for the next steps in my business or to shift my business when that was happening. There is a special, miraculous, magical space that involves trust, that involves betting on yourself, that involves listening to your intuition, which might not be logical. And it is in that magic space that you really have the question of, do I bet on myself? Is this the timing? If I continue doing what I've always done, will I love the results that I'm getting? Or is it time for me to do something different? I cannot tell you when that is. Only you know. No one in your life can tell you when that is. And a lot of times we outsource our power to someone else. We ask a parent, we ask a friend, we ask a coworker, we ask a mentor, we ask someone else, please tell me what to do. And the reason why, hopefully, those people don't tell you what to do, and this is why as a mentor and coach, I never tell someone what to do, is because if you do the thing and it fails, you're going to come back and blame me. Well, this failed. Sam told me to leave. Sam told me to do this, and it didn't work. But the opposite is true. If I tell you to do the thing and you do it, then you don't take ownership of your power, of your brilliance, of your bold choice. Instead, you're like, oh, well, Sam told me to do that. So again, you're outsourcing your power either way. This is why it's really important to have support and have someone who can hold the line and hold the vision for your possibility. As a coach, as a mentor, I know what is possible for my people. I see them in their highest. I see full possibility. I move beyond the problems. I move beyond the challenges and the things because I know what that soul is calling for. And so this is where you get to bet on yourself. You get to trust yourself. And a question I like to ask is, if it doesn't work out, like if you fall flat on your face, life becomes a dumpster fire, would it still be worth it? Would you be okay? And most of the time, the answer is, well, yeah, even if I end up homeless on the street, I'll call my mom, I'll stay with her for a month, I'll get my feet back under me, I'll apply for another job, I'll figure it out, right? So I hope that supports. There is never a right time, only you know. And pushing beyond the security, create security in another way. How do you get to generate more money? How do you get to create safety in your business, finances, body, relationships so that you feel supported as you take the leap forward. Okay, next question, or really this was a statement, and I love this statement, is I'm not good at putting myself out there. So I feel like it's holding me back in my marketing. And I love this because this is a full limiting belief. I don't know many introverts that love putting themselves out there or that think they're good at that. I identify as an introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert. Give me a camera, give me a microphone, and I will talk your ear off. But in real life, I am fully introverted, especially in big groups. I hate big groups. I love being in like an intimate 1 to 2 person experience. It's probably why I love my mentorship clients. So, first of all, let's just honor this for what it is. It is your past experience. It's a story that you've created somewhere along the way, and it served you really well. Does the story still serve you? Is it helping you to say that I'm not good at putting myself out there? Is it helping you to say, I'm an introvert. I can't possibly go out there and network. I can't possibly put myself out there online. And most likely, if you are a business owner, it is not serving you. It's actually keeping you stuck and small. It's keeping you at this level. It's keeping you from generating the revenue and calling in the clients and having the impact that you really want to have. And so I would invite us into what's a different story you can create? What are new conditions you can create to allow yourself to feel more okay with putting yourself out there? Do you have this idea that putting yourself out there means you need to be the person in the center of the room that's loud and bold and crazy? Or can we shift what putting yourself out there means? What if putting yourself out there simply means you get to find a new way that's in alignment with your energy to share your thoughts on the internet? Does putting yourself out there look like going to a networking event and going to an organized event where they give you prompts and they give you ways to talk to people? I always prefer that versus the like, it's a random networking event and just like talk to people and mingle. I hate hate those experiences. Although I tell myself, hey, what is possible today? What is the best possible outcome? How good can this get? How great can this be? Universe, God, source, surprise me. Surprise me. Because the truth is, if you're not putting yourself out there and you are a business owner, it is going to impact your bottom line. And beyond the money, you're here for impact. If you aren't putting yourself out there, there's no way for your people to find you. It would be like if Target never opened their doors, never had a commercial, never had any type of marketing. We wouldn't know Target existed. And I know how many of you love Target. Yeah, we've got to be like Target. Put yourself out there. Stop giving a fuck about what it looks like. Stop giving a fuck about what you think other people think about you, and start shifting that internal identity into CEO fucking powerhouse boss queen. If you are stuck in the identity of, I'm not good at putting myself out there, I am an introvert, I hate social events, yeah, you're going to have a problem because that internal wiring is stuck in one vibration and your goals are stuck in another vibration. So we get to shift that patterning, we get to shift those neural pathways, we get to shift the internal identity story so that you can really create what you want to create. I also think some quick little tips are like, find an outfit that makes you feel really confident. Find a lipstick that makes you feel really confident. Find a friend that's willing to go with you. Practice what you say when someone asks what you do. Like, figure out what about the process you don't like and see what you can do to adjust the environment and adjust some external factors so that it does support you in putting yourself out there. Okay, next question. There's not enough time to get all of the steps in place. I need to network. I need to do lead generation. I have a freebie I need to write. There's processes that lead to commitments, contracts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It just feels like a lot. And I know this woman is also a mom. She's also a business owner. She's also a wife. So this is a multifaceted woman. So I know that someone else needs to hear this. I would ask, what's the one needle moving task that you can do and focus on that? Would it be great to have all of these things lined up and all of the systems in place and all of the strategies and all the things? Of course. And you can get there. But right now, you don't actually need all of that. If you're new in business, you need to focus on getting that first client. You don't need the website. You don't need to have the freebie. You don't need to have your lead gen sheets all figured out. You don't need back-end systems. Start with the client, and then you can refine, and then you can hire support. And then that support can support you with the behind the scenes processes. Focus on the one thing. Do you need to network? Great. How are you going to network? Is that in person? Is that by referrals? Is that online? Is it a combination of all of that? And figure out where are your main sources of bringing those leads in, and focus on one area. You could have a podcast, and you could have a LinkedIn, and you can have a Facebook, and you can have an Instagram, you can have a Twitter, you can have an X, you can have a this and a that and a this and a that. But when you spread yourself too thin, this is actually a self-sabotage. This is how we cock block ourselves. We're like, I got to do this. And then we run around like a chicken with our head cut off, or a crazy chihuahua, and we don't get anything done. We fall into the overwhelm. We fall into the burnout. We fall into self-beat up. And then we're taking zero action because we're in the shit spiral of self-beat up. If you only have 2 hours to be able to dedicate to your work every day, what is the number one needle moving thing that you need to do? Focus on that. Get support, outsource, and just trust that once you have each piece in place, you can expand and you can grow, and it will work. It will serve you. Find also where you're leaking. If we're filling the bucket full of leads, but we have holes in the bottom of the bucket because we aren't following up with people, or we've lost clients because communication got stuck, plug up those holes. Yeah, if you already have a business, plug the holes and make that your first priority. Okay, next statement. This is a statement, and I love this. I don't want to be salesy. Who wants to be salesy? I don't know a single person that wants to be salesy. Actually, I was just watching, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget the name of it. I was just watching, it's a real estate show in New York, and I can't think of who it is or what the name is, but it was really great. And there was one real estate agent who was a former Broadway singer, and she's a bulldog, and she was like out there and going and pushing and like, yeah, she was fierce. I wonder if she would resonate with wanting to be salesy, because I saw her as bold, as powerful, as ballsy, as audacious. And I was like, damn, she's great at what she does. But I don't think anyone wants to be salesy. I don't know anyone who's like, I can't wait to shove something down someone's throat to be an obnoxious advertisement and just take their money. We don't get into business for that. And so I would invite you to come back to, what is your why for your business? Most of my clients are service-based businesses, and even those with products, those products are service-based. So if you are in the network marketing space and you're supporting people with health and wellness and beauty products, or you are a coach or a healer that's supporting with a service, or even my doctors, I have vets, I have doctors, I have accountants, all of them are providing a service. Someone comes to you, they spend money, and their life is different. They are supported in a new way. And most of you are soul-led, service-based, heart-led business owners. And when we can come back into that and come back into our intention, you're not just taking people's money. You are literally inviting them into a transformation. And it is a good thing for them to pay you. There's a lot of money mindset. We might do a full podcast on that. Let me know if you want that. But there's this misconception that when people pay you, it's a bad thing. And I've experienced this. I've done years and years of money work. And I had this thought that, ooh, it's like uncomfortable when people pay me. It's bad. Their husbands don't want them to pay me, or it hurts them. Like it hurts their bank account if they pay me. And I had to really rework this and rewire this and realize, wow, their lives and their businesses expand when they pay me. In fact, it is incredible for them to pay me. When they pay me, their life shifts and changes. When they pay me, their impact increases, their confidence increases, their relationship with their partner gets deeper and sexier. It is a good thing for them to pay me. And when we think about money, we need to remember that money is an energy, and energy is not stagnant. It doesn't come in and get stuck. Instead, it comes in and flows out, and it comes in and it flows out. And so when we remember that we are part of that process of alchemizing and transforming energy, money is energy, money comes in, transformation goes out. Money goes out, transformation comes in. And so for anyone that feels salesy, I would come back to your why. What is the bigger vision? Yes, of course, you have to have some inherent desire to make money. We do all need that. We all need money for our basic needs, to live the lives that we want, to have the house or the clothes or the things that make you feel amazing. And amazing plus amazing equals more amazing. So by you being in your full power, in clothes that you love and a house that you love, getting your nails done or having the makeup you want or being able to get the massage, you generating money only helps, because then you're adding more money back into our ecosystem. You're paying for your nails to get done. You're paying for your hair to get done. You're paying someone else for their services to support your business. They're then paying someone else for their services and their business. So we are building this ecosystem. And if we hoard, if we think of energy as stagnant, and if we're afraid of sales, we're not actually contributing to this ecosystem. And so anytime we're like, oh, I'm too salesy, I would look at that. I would also look at the conversation around how you are selling. And this we're going to go way deeper into in the full out mentorship. We're going to go into marketing in the full out mentorship and really a lot of the energetics and mindset behind it. But what are you saying? What is your intention? What are the actual words you're using? What are you feeling as you're having these conversations? Do you remember that it's actually amazing for this person to invest? I could go on for about 30 more minutes about being salesy, but I'm going to pause myself and I just want to bring it back to, if you don't want to be salesy, you most likely will not be salesy. Have I sent out the cringy 100-person text messages when I was early on in my network marketing days? Absolutely. Did that feel salesy? Sure, a little bit. Did it also support people in losing weight, getting better skin, feeling good in their bodies? Absolutely. And so that like reward outweighed the risk. It outweighed the cringiness. Do I want you to go do that? No, I wouldn't do that. But this is really, again, about strengthening your identity as that powerhouse, as that soul-led entrepreneur that knows that they are contributing to the world, contributing to impact when you open your mouth and talk about what you're selling. If people don't know about it, they can't find it. If they don't know about it, they can't buy it. If they don't know about it, they can't receive your support. They can't receive your transformation. And so we have to learn how to express ourselves, to be full out in our expression of our business, of our gifts, of our services in order to have the impact that we desire. Yeah. Oh, okay. So good. So good. So good. Okay. I want to hit this last one, very, very last one. And before I jump into this last one, I want to drop in another note about the full out mentorship. It is my revamped, zhuzhed up, full out mentorship, 12 weeks, 3 months of support in really stepping into your fullest expression as a woman, as a business owner, as a fucking powerhouse. We are going to be looking at the mindsets and the energetics of being in that boss identity. But we're also going to be looking at how you get to fully express yourself, how you get to show up online, how you get to convey your message, how you get to attract your ideal clients, how you get to build and scale from a place of authenticity, realness, not some cookie cutter, hey, here's how you do a sales page, like none of that bullshit. Because here's what I know to be true. You can have all the strategy in the world, but if your mindset is not right, it will never work. I know this because in my 10 years in network marketing, I literally gave people tons of copy, tons of text messages, tons of voice notes, I did so many trainings on all sorts of sales, marketing, putting yourself out there. And there were a lot of people that were successful and there were a lot of people that weren't. And the people that weren't, it doesn't mean they were bad at it. That was not it at all. It's just they didn't have that identity locked and loaded as seeing themselves as someone who can make a lot of money, as someone who can lead themselves in life and business and really be that powerhouse CEO. Now, the opposite is true. if you have that identity and you're like, I'm an entrepreneur, know that I'm fierce, I know that I've got this, but you don't have the best ways to communicate your message, to communicate the transformation you're offering, to communicate your service, then you're also going to hit your head against the wall. You're going to hit a certain level and not be able to get any further. And I really believe that this combination of strategic, I want to say policy, this strategic work really combined with the mindset and the energetics is what is going to make you and allow you to create a business that you like that actually feels good running it. Yeah, that's the key. We don't just want epic results that feel like shit. And we definitely don't just want to feel great, but have no results. If you're in this world, if you're listening to this full out podcast, you are a full out woman. And I know that you desire to have epic results and to feel fucking great, right? That's why we're here. So if you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're an inspiring business owner, check out the Full Out Mentorship. We are starting the end of September. I would love, love, love to invite you in. If you have any questions about it, you can DM me on Instagram at Samantha Jo Harvey, or you can also just click the link below, join us today. And I cannot wait to see you really, truly be fully expressed in your life, in your business, allowing your soul of your business to be fully expressed so you can create the results you want. Okay, let's get to the last question. How to not feel like you're always chasing? Whoo, this is a good one. This is a great fucking question. And this comes back to some masculine and feminine energetics that I think is really important. When we are in business, we need to have some of the masculine structure. We need to know what our processes are. We need to have a clear understanding of where we're going. What is the direction? What are the aligned actions that I get to take? That is all part of the masculine. The masculine is the hunter, the go-getter, the action taker. But then we also need the blend of the feminine. This is our creative spirit. This is our energy. This is our ability to receive money, receive clients, receive new downloads, new ideas. We get to be in that nurturing, nourishing flow. And so the key is being able to dance between the two so that we have some semblance of balance. Now, I don't believe that there is like a balance point. It's a flow. Even in actual dance, when you are seeing a dancer do a turn or balance on their toes, they're not stagnant. They're actually constantly lifting the energy, pushing up as they push down. It's this beautiful juxtaposition, very much like this balance between the masculine and feminine. The masculine is pushing, structuring, and the feminine is flowing within that structure. So when we feel like we're always chasing, it means that we might be slightly out of balance. So we might be a little bit more in the masculine. Now, I don't want to make the masculine wrong because that's what I see a lot of people doing. The masculine is wrong. The masculine is your problem. It's not your problem. What we might need to do is turn down the volume a little bit or turn the volume up on your feminine flow, on your trust, on your surrender, on your ability to receive. I was talking to a friend literally last week who's also a coach, one of my dear friends. He's been in the leadership space for years and he's incredible at what he does. And he's like restructured his business, since we always talk about business things. And he was coming up against something where he felt like he was always hunting. He was hunting for leads. He was hunting for clients. And he was like, it felt terrible in my body. So I just decided I'm not going to do it. And I looked at him and I said, well, fuck, like, I don't want to be hunted either as a client. I don't want to be hunted. And this brings me back to this question. As a client, I don't want to be chased. I want to be invited in and then left to my own authority to decide, is this a good fit for me or not? And this is what I love about the coaches and the women and teachers and mentors that I'm working with now, is that their enrollment process is really different than things I've experienced in the past. In the past, and I also used to teach this too. In the past, I remember feeling pushed and prodded, and every objection that I had, there was a way to get around it. And there was a mindset twist and a this and a that. And while I do think that depending on your client, we need to learn how to deal with objections and support the client in moving beyond something that is a legit block in their mindset. But then we also get to trust, if it's not in alignment for them, they get to have full ownership to say no. And in the past, whenever I really pushed for those objections and worked around them, I tended to have clients that were really needy and really needed me to like push and pull and drag. And y'all, I don't got time for that anymore. I don't want to push or pull anyone. What I see now in my work, where I really believe it's power to power, is that I trust in you and your connection to your intuition. I trust in you and your ability to discern, is this the right working relationship for you or not? And this has created so much freedom in my system. And it's actually allowed people to feel so much better stepping into a working relationship. And so this is really for the coaches and healers and service-based businesses where you're working with clients or you're calling in clients for sessions or 3 to 6 month containers, year-long containers, is to check in. When we're in chase, we tend to be in lack. When we are chasing and grasping and searching for where's the next client, it's almost like we're drug addicts. Where's the next fix? I need my next fix. Instead of trusting the most aligned clients are coming into my world right now. I am able to receive. I am a money magnet. There is more than enough to go around. I am enough. I am worthy, and my clients are powerful. And so there's a level of trust that it's going to come in. There's a level of trust that you are showing up and doing what you need to do. This is where that masculine is really important. If you're doing what you need to be doing, then you will feel less like you need to chase. But if there are certain things in your business that you are avoiding, certain things that you're avoiding sharing about online because you don't feel confident yet, things you're avoiding doing on the back end because you feel like, I don't know enough and I don't know what I'm doing, or you're not asking for the referral, you're not putting yourself out there, then of course we're going to feel lack. And so when you can really ground into those actionable steps in your business, you're going to be able to sit back and trust yourself because you are taking the aligned action. It is when we get stuck in the spiral or we're avoiding the action that we know we need to take to move the needle forward that we start to fall into lack and we start to go into chase mode. And chase mode, people can smell it. We can smell it when we're going on dates, right? Like you've gone on a date or you've at least talked to someone when they are desperate and they just want to be with you. And you're like, this is unattractive, right? You don't really know it, but you kind of feel like, ooh, this isn't it. Your clients are smart. They're going to feel that. And so I would invite you into what are the structures and the actions you can take so that you can trust yourself, you can trust your business. Where do you get to turn up the volume on your feminine trust, flow, and surrender? And really check in. Where is the chasing come from? What is the belief underneath all of this that I get to rework and rewire so that I can really change my mindset and change my energetics? I hope that that one helps. If you have more questions on any of these, or if you have any other business specific questions, please send me a DM. Let me know. I am so excited to be launching the full out mentorship for business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs. It is going to be a combination of the mindset, the embodiment, the energetics. But beyond that, imagine being able to boldly and confidently share your business online and in real life. Imagine being able to market yourself in a way that feels authentic and real. Imagine feeling comfortable expressing yourself and being seen for this version of you, not the last year's version of you, not the version of you from 10 years ago, but this version of you, the CEO, powerhouse, boss queen. And imagine fully trusting that you know where you're going, that you are capable of leading yourself and leading a team or leading your business or leading your clients because you know that you're meant for more. You know you're meant for more. I am so fucking lit up for this. I cannot even tell you. This has been a long time coming, a long time coming. And it would be an honor to play with you in this space and be an honor to support you in being the full out, fully expressed entrepreneur so that you can step into your full out boss queen era. It's time, babe. Unleash her. Let her free. And if you love this episode, take a screenshot, share it with a friend, send it in an email, send it in a text, share. I love you so much. Have the best day, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. If today's podcast inspired you in any way, we would love your support in spreading the word. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and let the other queens in your life know that they are also worthy of living life full out. If you want to continue the conversation, I'd love to connect with you on Instagram or Facebook at Samantha Jo Harvey. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you next time.